couldn't turn around till we were upside down. I'll be the bad guy now.
What is going on?
But no, I ain't.
We're gonna be going over September 27th pre-markets, open market runners in the Pennyland. We're gonna start with ATGL. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. ATGL, this one was just a low volume kind of push. Really not much here. Started to get some volume here, but it ended up fading. Never really looked at this. Kind of a move on to the next one type situation. CDIO. This one also low volume. Granted, we had a shitty pre-market on Thursday, but we had a pretty solid open market with a couple bullish tickers today or Friday. We had again some pretty shit action in pre-market with pretty much no follow through. So CDIO, no volume, fading off, did nothing. CNA was a multi-day runner. It ran yesterday, had a nice push here. Pre-market ran right into open. It did the classic day two move where we have a push out of the open and this kind of rolling top. And we thought maybe we could get a push here once it reclaimed VWAP, but it was just a chop fest and then just died out. Bigger risk when you're playing with a day two move like this. If this was a day one move, I would expect this to kind of push maybe back up to double top area, but some solid flags right here, actually, at least dips to the pre-market high around 110. I got a couple off here, but this was also choppy. Yeah, overall, not the best, but still a couple scalps there. Duo was the same one. Was a multi-day runner from yesterday. We had two back-to-back pre-markets go kind of insane there for a little bit, and then this one also gave us a small U pattern dip to, I think it was yesterday's highs, maybe. Yeah, yesterday's highs. So key level there, dip, and then try to go, and then faded. So some solid ads here, but that's pretty much it for this one. Onco, this one was the high value $6 stock. Also, RIP, you can't be trading this. But this one also did the same thing that Duo did, where we had a dip, open market U pattern, dip, try to rip, double topped it with the open price, and then faded. This one, it's just not, I mean, even this move for a $6 stock isn't anything crazy. What, that's not even 10%, what, 7%? Just kind of not worth it, but yeah, that was the kind of price action we were getting. RGF, just an overall fade stock, just like CDIO was. No volume in it, open below VWAP, and then just faded off into oblivion. TNXP was the best day one stock, I believe. UXIN was actually pretty good, but that kind of was a slow grind. We'll get to that. But TNXP, penny runner. So pennies, off the top of my head, after I review this week, I guarantee that the penny stocks have kind of been the best. Slowly making a return. We'll see what they do next week, but this one had a nice U pattern. I actually tried it a couple times here just for the quick push. Took a long time. Had this extended, whatever the fuck doji candle that's called. I forget nowadays, but hammer candle. There it is. Started to push up. As soon as it kind of did this, we kind of had the trend line going. Had this dip here. We were back near VWAP area. And I took a lot of shares right here for kind of this whole dip to the trend line. We're still near VWAP. If it's going to go, it pretty much has to hold this area. Solid push. The Thinkorswim was laggy as fuck, so I actually took a lot off here because we have seen a lot of U patterns fail at this double top like we saw with Duo and with Onco. So I ended up pushing pretty high. This right here was all a fake fill. Pretty much it was like one order went through and then it came back to here. So really it topped out at about 20 cents, but still a pretty nice move. We have this flag here. We have this dip to the downtrend, uptrend. Little more than I'd wanted here, but still pretty nice. UXIN was a no pre-market push. Volume didn't really start coming in until like here. And yeah, this was a kind of a slow grinder. If this stuff was at the beginning of the market open, this would have been great. Nice double bottom flag here. Nice little dip again here. Nice flag. Nice little flag there. Yeah, overall this was actually pretty good, but late in the day, hopefully this stuff can continue into kind of next week. So nice to see momentum regardless of where it's at. XPON ran on 9/23 on Monday. This thing didn't do anything. This to me was a dead cat bounce, and I was correct with that. Did basically nothing. There's not even really a pattern to study. Just kind of died out, you know. All right, let's go over pattern rec real quick. Display. Let's get the almighty pen out. All right, let's go flag over VWAP. Even though this was kind of below certain areas, to me this is kind of in that category. Nice little double bottom flag there into like this this downtrend, uptrend. Pretty good confluence there over the 9 EMA, over VWAP, pushing back. At least at minimum with this kind of trade, we're looking at to get back to here, which it did, and then it decided to even go more. So nice little trade there. Downtrend, uptrend, just kind of one of those today. U pattern, come in all shapes and sizes. This one hard sell off and then push back at open. We've seen a lot of this where quick dips right back up and then fade. We'll get to I think Duo did the same thing, but that's multi-day. Day one bearish. Once we get this uptrend break right here, especially off of like kind of this volume, this thing faded into oblivion. Double top off of the U pattern. We've seen a lot of this. That's why we want to sell some a lot near that area. Ski slope, something that's looking like this in pre-market. We're pretty much staying away. Key level fail, just as noted, you know, staying away from that kind of stuff. Looking at the multi-day stuff, we have seen a lot of stuff actually settle over the pre-market highs. More than the past probably month. We saw maybe 3 or 4 times where we flagged. Even though this didn't really work, you can still get some nice scalps off of this area. Dip to key level duo, kind of basing a little bit over the previous day high. Always good to have those levels for the U pattern, and then the U pattern that followed with it. Bearish is the failed U pattern, but that's still nice little scalp there. Up down, so this is a multi-day pattern, the day 2 pattern that happens very often. We're getting this kind of rounded top and then just kind of fade out. So many times we've seen this, but sometimes it's worth to take a stab, but yesterday was not. So that is it for Friday's action. Was pretty dog shit, not gonna lie, but there were a few scalps you could have got, and hopefully next week we get some fucking bangers.